Fellas, I've given like a lot of thought to what's going on in Minnesota, especially after Alex Pretty's death. And you see so much of the protests, so much of the conversation around it. And I think a year ago, this is probably a conversation we would have had like the day Renee Good was tragically killed. But I think you got to be more thoughtful in some of what you do and say now, just to be on the right side of it. Just what are some of your thoughts on what's happening in Minnesota?
I would say my thoughts with Renee and Alex is just don't lie to me. Because now there's video out. Don't tell me he brandished the gun, because he didn't. That's my thing. Like, don't lie to me and try to put this false narrative on me. Like, you see the problem, you make this task force and all of that stuff, and they are reacting. And, are they doing good, bad? I think both sides, whatever it is. But just don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. That's piss. And that thing with Alex was piss. Because that man should not have been shot 10 times after being on the ground, after being kicked. That's crazy. And I don't care what politics side you're on, and I don't care about none of that, man. No one deserves to be murdered in cold blood like that man was.
Agreed.
And it's by somebody that is given the authority to go out there and regulate human beings without the proper training, obviously, because it took 10 bullets to keep him on the ground. That's what messed me up. So there's a lot of politics behind this, man, but just don't flat out lie to my face after I'm watching this fucking video.
Yeah, no, I just want to just send condolences to the families of those two individuals that you mentioned. But also, there are several other individuals that have been murdered as well, but their cases aren't as magnified as the previous two that you mentioned. And you talk about being honest. These people, they've showed you who they were a long time ago. This isn't the first lie. This isn't the first form of psychological warfare that they've implemented to validate everything that they've been doing. This has been ongoing for a year, like head on, for over a year, as well as some examples in his first run at office. And again, I'm doing my best to not really say names and everything for purposes of not wanting to be flagged, because I do want to get this information out. I do want us to be able to use our platform to speak on it, not knowing how much weight it carries, but we are concerned. I fear for those individuals on the streets there in Minnesota. I would ask that you try or attempt to find ways or better ways to protest. Not to say you're not protesting peacefully. From my point of view, I believe you are. And it's unfortunate that these things have been flipped upside down and turned against you because there is no concern for consequence, because these people don't care about the Constitution. They, as a matter of fact, don't care about anything. They're all in cahoots, and the people that are policing it, they're underqualified. They're actually a fucking militia, if you ask me. That's what they look like. This is what we're used to seeing in other countries, not here in the U.S. So this whole patriotism and make America a great thing again, that's all a cover-up. This immigration thing is a cover-up. This is harassment in all blue states to affect the ongoing politics of those states. It's going to affect voters' turnouts, if people are fearful. I would say stay steadfast, but stay smart. You can outsmart this group. They're not the smartest group. They've shown their true colors, and it ain't red, white, or blue. This is actually a setup and a trap. I don't believe there's a great ending to it all, but I would say to the people, not just in Minnesota, but across the country, just try your best to outwit these people and be smart about it.
I'm extremely sad about both Alex Pretty and Renee Good. I know what it's like to feel connected to somebody who was killed in cold blood when they aren't posing a threat. I know what it's like to say to myself about someone who I have a familiarity with, they weren't doing anything, they weren't harming you, they weren't a threat to take your life, but now their life is taken. This is the federal agency that is supposed to protect American citizens that is now taking the lives of American citizens. And it's all under the guise of a lie. It's under the guise that they were going to keep a criminal element out of America that was here illegally. When only 5 to 7% of the people that have been detained by this federal agency or removed by this federal agency or taken into custody by this federal agency have criminal records. Over 70% of those people who are part of the criminal record have non-violent criminal actions. You're separating families, you're detaining children and women. And then on top of that, now you're taking the lives of American citizens and trying to use the Constitution when it comes to a man that gave his life in the medical field as a nurse, who worked with veterans that have served this country, and say that he was a domestic terrorist, where the same people who are calling him a domestic terrorist not only supported and backed, but donated to a teenager who had an assault rifle on his chest, killed 2 people at a protest. But I guess it's all about what you're protesting for and who it benefits. This is wrong. This is not a political thing. This is not a race thing. It's just a human rights thing. And the problem is, people just can't be decent enough to say, we made a mistake. It's not what we thought it was going to be. We gotta fix it, because we are losing the lives of the very people we are supposed to be protecting. And for Minnesota, my heart goes out to you. There was George Floyd there, and there was Philando Castile there. Now it's Renee Good, and now it's Alex Preddy. And the thing for me was, you made all these other people, because they were from marginalized communities, they were for undervalued communities, you made all of them villains. I know you can't make this man a villain, because he did everything right. He lived right, he approached that protest right, and you took his life in cold blood and you executed him. What's the excuse? And they still found ones, and they forgot everything they'd ever said before this. To that community, man, I am so sad for what's happening to them and for our entire society. We're supposed to be coming together, and we're just pulling further and further apart.